Hello class. I know last time we did, so we are still on midterm 2 review packet. I know last time we stopped on problem number 2. So now let's do problem number 3. And problem number 3, they ask you to graph the piecewise function, defined function. So let's do 8. Let me copy first and let's do 8. Okay. Okay, let's do 8. Okay, to graph this one first, so you have to think about this one. This one is called, by the way, piecewise function. So what does it mean? You have two of them, the first function and the second function here. Okay, so to graph the first function, you have y, for example. Y is equal to negative 1/2 x squared, and you have plus 2. Now remember when you have if you have to graph x squared, which is a parabola, it will look like this, right? This one is x squared, that's a parabola. So now if you have with the negative sign, it will become, you have to switch down. Okay, it become like this, and 1/2, it will become a little bit smaller. It will become negative 1/2 this one square. So now plus 2, what does it mean? You go up to 2. That's the meaning. Okay, plus 2 mean you will go up to 2. Okay, so now be careful here, because you have here the interval is from x to x less or equal to 2. Mean y is equal to negative 1/2 x squared plus 2 if x is less or equal to 2. So if you remember, this one is just it's just when you have a negative infinity and 2, make sure 2 is included. That's the interval. That one and that one are the same. Okay, just bear with me. This one, if you look at the number line, you have 2 here and 2 is included. It's just negative infinity to 0, and make sure here it does not exist. Okay, done. So here we have then we will have plus 2, we go up to 2, and then we have to find. So the graph will look like this. We go up to 2, it will look like this, up to 2, and then be careful here. And here you have a problem. You have x equal to 2 here. So now let's think about this one. Before you graph this one, let's think about where the x-intercept first. Let's think about where the x-intercept. So okay, you have this one. If y equal to 0, what do you have? You have negative 1/2 x squared plus 2 equal to 0. So here you have negative 1/2 x squared equal to negative 2. So which is x squared. So the negative sign will go away, and you have x squared equal to 4. So then x equal to positive negative 2. Okay, so the graph will intersect in 2 points. The graph will intersect in 2 points on the x-axis. So the x-intercept for here, the graph will look like this. It will go up to 2, by the way, because of this one. Okay, it will go up to 2. You have 2 here, and we intersect on 2 here. Also, it will here is negative 2, and also here is 2, and that's it. And make sure here is like this. Okay, and make sure you put the arrow here. If you don't put the arrow, it's wrong. So the graph will look exactly like this. Okay, so now we have your graph, and that one is just the first one. Okay, see the graph, this one, that graph only is just the first one. Okay, just the first one. Okay, now the second one is kind of easy. Why? Because the second one, if you look at the second one, you have y is equal to 1/2 x, for x is greater or equal to 2. So here x is greater equal to 2, you have 2 here, greater strictly equal to 2, here is exclude, and here is infinity. So it's just 2 exclude and infinity. That's the meaning, okay? So now 2 is exclude and infinity, what you get here. And this one is just a straight line. If x equals 0, just find the 2 points, x and y. If x equals 0, y equals 0. If x equals, oh, you cannot choose 0, why? Because you have to choose a point belong to 2 and infinity. You can choose 3. It's x equal to 3. What you got here, you have 3 over 2, which is 2.5, no 1.5, okay? If x equal to 4, you have 2. So now let's do. You will have some point like this here, just like this. And make sure here is open circle, be careful. Here is closed, but here have to be open, and you have a straight line here. And the graph will look like this, exactly like this, okay? And that's it. And this one is just y is equal to negative 1/2 x squared plus 2. And that one is just y is equal to 1/2 x. And that's it. That's the way you have to graph if I ask you to find the piecewise, to graph the piecewise function. Now, and that's it. Now let's do the second one. Let's do this one. Let me copy it first. So it's the same question, graph the piecewise function. Okay. Let me graph this one. Okay. Let's do this. Let's grab this one. The same tactic I use. Check the first function. The first function is y is equal to 2x. If x is between -5 and strictly to -1. Okay. This one also, the interval, you can translate it as a -5 include and -1 exclude. That's the meaning for that one. This one and this one are the same, okay? Now the way you graph this one is easy. Just pick 2 points. Y is equal to 2x, and you have to pick 2 points, x and y. If x equals 0, y equals 0. Can you pick x equals 0 and y equals 0? No, because the interval is from -5 to 1. Okay? X and y. If x equals -5, you have -10. If x equals -2, y is equal to -4. And that's it. No, y is equal to -4. Yes. If x equals -2, y equals -4. So now here, you have 2 points now from -1. You have -1 here, and you have -5 here. Okay. If x equals -5, I have y is equal to -10 somewhere here. You have 1 point. If x equals -2, you have y equals -4. You have another point. So now you just have this one, and just make sure here is open circle. Okay, here is open circle, here is closed. So now the next one the next one is from -infinity. Okay, it's from -infinity. The next one you have y. The next one is this one. Okay, the next one is y is equal to -2 from -1 less than x less than strictly than 0. So from here you have just a straight line, and that straight line is just y is equal to -2, and y is equal to -2 should be right here. Okay, you have -2 here. Y is equal to -2 from -1 to 0, and you have this one. And here have to be closed. Y now is closed. Now is closed. See, the first one was open, but now have to be closed. Solid circle. You have to be solid circle because of here. Check here. Because of here, the first one was open. The first one was open because of this one, and the second one is closed. Then it have to be closed. Okay, because of this one. Okay. Now it's closed. From here to here, you have -2. you have negative 2 here. Good. Okay. Now the last one is x. The last one is this one. The last one you have y is equal to x squared minus 2 if x is less equal to 0, less equal to 2. So the interval here is from 0 to 2 include. So now from 0 to 2 you have this one. You have 2 here and you have 0. From 0 to 2 you have this one. Okay? From 0 to 2 is this one. And both are closed. Both are closed. Why? Because you have equal sign here. Equal sign here means is close. Okay? On 0 is closed and 2 is closed. Now you have to graph this one. And remember this one is a parabola. This one is parabola. So the way you graph this one is the parabola here. And you have x squared. And now since you have negative 2, it will go down to negative 2. Negative 2 is right here. It will go down just like this. So that graph is x squared minus 2. I don't know if you get me. So this one, only this one is, the way you graph this one is right here. This one is called parabola. So the next one is negative 2. Subtract by negative 2 means you have to go down to negative 2. Negative 2 is right here. You have to go down and try like this. But make sure you consider the interval you pick. And the interval was from 0 to 2. Check from 0 to 2, you have this one. Okay? Got it? So, okay. Now, just like I say, since you have to go down to 2 is right here, and make sure it's a parabola, it will look like this, okay? It will look exactly like this, and that's it, okay? And that's it. That's the way you have to graph the function. And that function is just a piecewise function, it's this one. That's it. Okay, good. So the next one is this one. Okay, let me do this one another video.